Another day passes, a new patch comes out. A new Spiral Abyss is out and about. What? Hello everyone, welcome back to another guide video, and in this video we'll go over the tips and tricks to tackle floor 12 of the Spiral Abyss. A quick disclaimer here, all the tips that I present is done with the assumption that you do not own Kazuha, Venti or Sucrose, and feel free to retry whenever things don't go your way. Without further ado, let us jump to Chamber 1. So I forgot to mention this in the recording of the audio, but for the first half we're going to be running an F2P variant of the Nilou Bloom team, and the second half we'll be running a Cookie Hyper Bloom team on top of a Beidou just to add the extra damage. So let us begin. So first half. Start off the challenge and go all the way to the back of the room. This will cause the small Rift Hounds to teleport to you, thus making it easier to damage them simultaneously. Repeat this with the second wave until the final wave spawns. When the last wave spawns, hug the Pyrolector and wait until the doggos dash towards you. So that way, you can damage all of them at the same time, as they will literally be right next to each other. Focus on getting the Pyrolector down to his shield face while ignoring the big Rift Hounds, since they will take collateral damage. Once the Lector enters his shield face, you can focus your damage on the big dogs while sticking close to the Lector, so that way you can actually shred the Lector's shield while doing damage to the doggos. Try to focus on breaking the fire ring that the Lector spawns, since breaking it with the right elements will deplete a portion of his shield and temporarily stun him for a few seconds. After everything is done, we move on to the second half. So the second half. Start the challenge and move to the most right robot, as this will bring the other two robots on the left side closer to you. And of course, do your usual rotations and finish them off. Once you have taken care of the robots, go all the way to the back to chase after these mini water lizards. Do try to dodge their cleansing shower attack, because if that hits your active character, even if you have a shield on, it will drain you of your health and mostly your energy. And once you take care of both of them, go either to the far left or to the far right of the chamber. Pay attention to the Electro Lava Chill's attack for when he approaches, so that you don't get one-shotted. What this will do is this will force the other Hilichurl rogue on the other side to come close, simply because you are out of his attack range. Once the other Hilichurl rogue comes close enough to his other friend, immediately go to both of them and take them down. And do pay attention to the Lava Chill a bit, because all three of these enemies are capable of taking you down instantly. And once you get everything done in time, or you just clear it normally, we shall move on to Chamber 2. So for Chamber 2, the first half. Start the challenge once again, go to the left side of the chamber facing the Fatui Gunner. Make sure you face him towards the center area so that it will cause him to backstep. Once he does the backsteps, run around the chamber to the second gunner on the right, and make sure you don't come too close to him so that he has time to actually pay attention to you and turn in such a way that he will be facing towards the opposite side of the middle, and once again, force him to backstep into his other Fatui Gunner friend. Once that is done, focus your damage on both the gunners, since the Eremite ladies will always chase after you. Once the first wave is done, the Husk enemies will spawn. So the Husk enemies activate their trait abilities if they hit your active character that has a shield. So try not to bring a shield character to the first half, or otherwise you could probably bring a strong Hydro character or just a regular Hydro character such as Xingqiu. So go for the Cryo Archer Husk, who is the most right from this exact point of view right now, and start dealing damage to them. The Geo and Hydro Husk will always go after you, so do keep that in mind. After you take care of the Cryo Archer, go for the Pyro Banner guy and rinse and repeat. If he is already dealt with, continue doing damage to the leftover Husk enemies until we get to the second half. So for the second half, we have Assignment, or we like to call him Assignment. So we have two strategies here depending on which team you run. So Catalyze teams, aka Electro Dendro teams. If you are running a Quicken, Spread, or Aggravate team, you can start using your abilities as he spawns. When he goes invisible, try to look for him and trigger Quicken on him when he is invisible, because this will actually dispel his invisibility and making him more vulnerable to damage. If you cannot find him, you can look for the resistance debuff arrow that is on him, or you can just walk to the other side of where he was facing before he went invisible. So strategy number 2, involving non-catalyzed teams, you can start readying up your abilities and take the chance to use your elemental skills to generate energy for the entire team. He does have a short time window where he appears and you can actually do damage to him, so try to take advantage of that. Once he does go invisible, focus on breaking one of his parts to reduce the time that he stays invisible. If you do have an Electro character, however, after you break the previous parts, you can apply Electro to these parts that are in Dendro to dispel his invisibility. Otherwise, you can try to damage him while he's invisible. So rinse and repeat these steps based on what team you're running until he is dead. If you do have extra time, you can take that time to charge up your abilities, your elemental bursts, for the third chamber. So Chamber 3, first half. Start the challenge and go to the Eremite Lady, or you can go either one, it doesn't really matter. Use your abilities to try to deal with them without dying and just do the same old same old. Once one of them is dealt with, focus on the Pyro Element Lady that will spawn last after the Mirror Maiden, over the Mirror Maiden rather, because the Eremite Lady will spawn a Scorpion, or rather a Consecrated Beast Scorpion, and you want to focus to take that down first, because taking the Scorpion down will stun her for a short period of time and it will cause her to lose a good amount of her HP. Do try to be mindful for the bubbles that will spawn due to the Hydro Aura that is available on the Mirror Maiden, as touching it will lock you in place, so do be careful with that. After that is done, we'll focus on taking care of the Mirror Maiden and then we move on to the second half. For the second half, we do have the Water Lizard duo, aka the Coral Defender boss. So the only tip that I can really give to this is that you want to focus on doing an equal amount of damage to both of them, since they have a revival system unique to their Abyss variant. So the revival system goes like this. When one of the lizard gets taken down, it will be revived if the other one does not get taken down within 10 seconds. So if we look at the health bar right here, the Prime Biter refers to the Cryo, the blue lizard, while Bolt Eater refers to the Electro one. Once again, try to dodge their Cleansing Shower attack, as it will drain your energy and possibly health if the active character gets hit. Once again, being protected by a shield does not stop the effect of the attack. So we move on to the recommended teams. So for the first half, it prefers a more AoE or area of effect based team, while the second half prefers a more single target oriented team. Hydro is generally very good on the first half since we do have the Pyro Lecter and the Pyro Husky, and while the second half does prefer a Quicken or Hyper Bloom team for Simon, well aside from Aggravate because Electro Lava Chill does take reduced damage to Electro. You can run any teams with a high damage output. So here is a list of teams that I have tested with my account, and I've tested it to work with both house given my level of high investment. To close things off, I hope you guys find this video helpful for your Abyss runs. So do leave a like if you enjoyed the video and you found it useful, subscribe for more content, and leave a comment if you have any further questions in regards to this video. Until then, here is some footage of different teams clearing different chambers of the Abyss, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, y'all.
断罪の名により
行くぞ。炭になるが。
吸引テスト開始。7
夜の源源。
ユエーブイ6308ユニット。師匠の技を食らえる。
逃げられるかな。狂乱怒涛。いやはった風はっもみじ
熱々でしょ。
へへ全力こまくらえ。風を知
ふっそれはや
る燃えろ。
やそれはふったそれ話が通じないなら
くらえ。マイヤそれはっみんなは俺が守れ。風雲の術はっせいふっ痛いから我慢しろよ。いや風の赴くままに。みんながそばにいてくれ。